Right now at 6, severe weather threat. Hot, humid conditions putting us at risk for storms tonight and tomorrow. The Fox 5 weather team with what you need to know.
I wouldn't like it, and maybe we'd take back Washington, run it on the federal basis.
President Trump threatens D.C. home rule if one of the top mayoral candidates wins the Democratic primary. And a new summer-long juvenile curfew coming to one local city where the restrictions are taking effect. The 6 starts right now. Hi, everybody. Right now on the 6, we are tracking the risk for some storms potentially hitting the DMV tonight. A severe thunderstorm watch we know is in effect in parts of our area.
Yeah, it's been a hot, humid day. Temperatures are in the 90s, but it felt like 100 triple digits, Caitlin.
It was awful. I mean, look, our high was 99 in D.C. I mean, that was even hotter than we thought it would be. Felt like 105 all afternoon. Just so tough to be outside. And now we track those thunderstorms. So, yeah, a lot of headlines to get to. That heat advisory for today remains in effect until 8 p.m. We're going to have another one tomorrow, which will be a repeat of the heat, humidity, and the severe thunderstorm threat. 94 at Dulles, 97 at BWI. Shockingly, none of these were record highs. But so interesting how close we came to just hitting the triple-digit mark right there. Right now, temperatures are in the mid-90s. Those dew points are in the 70s, so the heat index is 100 to 105, and it feels incredibly uncomfortable having to be outside. Heat advisory for D.C. East, meaning you just don't want to be out in this if you don't have to. Avoid exerting yourself unless it's around sunrise or sunset. It is not worth it. You can fatigue or dehydrate very easily. Here's our line of severe thunderstorms over the mountains right now, and we'll approach our communities along 81, Front Royal, Winchester, Martinsburg, and Hagerstown within the next 30 to 45 minutes. From there, they will push eastward and are expected to maintain their intensity getting into the D.C. metro later tonight. There's your severe thunderstorm watch until 10. I would say between 8 and 9, we probably start getting these storms in here. And looking ahead on your planner doesn't really show much. So the question is, will they hold together as they cross the mountains and run into the diminishing daylight? I think they will. At least some people will get a storm. We'll reset into tomorrow, and we have a better chance for more widespread severe weather as an actual cold front, the true trigger, comes through in the afternoon. It's another very hot day with that high reaching 98. So we'll track that in the storms and a better start to your weekend coming up in my full 7-day.
President Trump is weighing in on the D.C. mayoral primary, threatening home rule if one of the top candidates wins. The president speaking out against D.C. Councilmember Janeese Lewis George with early voting already underway.
Well, I wouldn't like it, and maybe we'd take back Washington, run it on the federal basis. We won't put up with it. We're not going to lose our business.
Lewis George is a self-proclaimed Democratic socialist. Polls show her leading over the other frontrunner, former Councilmember Kenyon McDuffie. Her campaign responding tonight to Trump's comments, saying, quote, threatening home rule because you do not like how residents vote is an attack on democracy itself. The people of D.C. elect the mayor of D.C., and they want someone who will stand up to Donald Trump. D.C.'s primary election day is Tuesday. Park police are investigating an apparent anti-Trump protest that damaged the National Mall. This is video from EarthCam overlooking the mall showing the numbers 8647 today. The term has been adopted by some Trump opponents, calling for him to be removed. The president's allies in the Justice Department have said it could be interpreted as a call for violence.
Well, police are now searching for a suspect in a deadly shooting in Northeast D.C. Officers responded just before 11 o'clock last night on Banner Lane and found a man and a juvenile girl shot. 20-year-old Adrian Hawkins was pronounced dead at the scene. The girl was treated at the hospital. No word on what sparked the shooting. Police believe the suspect possibly got away in a Nissan. 2 Montgomery County murder suspects captured in Ohio. Vanessa Henderson, accused of killing her mother in Silver Spring. She and her girlfriend, Samantha Rabel, were arrested Tuesday outside Toledo. Police found the victim, Hilda Henderson, dead in her apartment inside a senior community's charter house. That happened late last month. No word on a motive. The suspects are charged with first-degree murder.
70 charges for a Glen Burnie man accused in a shooting and carjacking spree across Prince George's County. The suspect was previously released from prison early after serving time for murder. Fox 5's Tisha Lewis in Upper Marlboro with the details on the new indictment.
Larry Simpson is a resident of Glen Burnie, and Prince George's County State's Attorney Tara Jackson says that this case is yet another reminder of why structured, supervised release programs are needed. Technically, Simpson should still be in jail for a murder conviction from 4 decades ago, but instead he was released early without supervision. That's the information coming from the state's attorney's office today. Now, Simpson, meanwhile, in this case, was held without bond 3 weeks ago after reportedly going on a crime spree across the county that included several shootings and carjackings. One incident leaving a victim in critical condition. Simpson, meanwhile, is now facing 71 charges in this most recent encounter with law enforcement. In one of the cases, he's accused of firing shots into the vehicle of a 64-year-old man, shattering the windows and injuring the man. We're told Simpson again has an extensive criminal record, including a first-degree murder conviction nearly 4 decades ago, and he was released from prison 3 years ago, early.
In October 2023, again, the record reflects that following successful completion of the drug and alcohol program, Mr. Simpson filed another post-conviction motion requesting that his original sentence be modified and that he be released. The record reflects that the state agreed with that request and he was released after having served a little over 35 years.
From here, Simpson has a preliminary hearing on Monday, July 15th. We're told some of the victims in the crime spree from Prince George's County were at his arraignment, and it's likely they will be at Monday's preliminary hearing. Meanwhile, Simpson is charged with 71 counts, including assaults and 3 carjackings.
Thank you, Tisha. Well, the lockdown is over at the Pentagon. This after a false alarm for hazardous materials. Much of that building was evacuated this morning. The Washington Post reporting a faulty sensor picked up a hazardous material that was believed to be anthrax. Officials say testing confirms there's no danger and operations are indeed back to normal. President Trump says that he has called off new military strikes on Iran, and it comes hours after the president threatened to escalate the war by seizing control of the country's oil industry. Now the president says a deal is almost complete to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, and those retaliatory strikes have been canceled.
The whole Middle East is happy, and long beyond the Middle East, the Strait will open as soon as we have it signed. We've been taking out many ships that nobody knew. Even the fake news didn't know it. But over the last month, we've been taking out ships, big ships, quietly at night.
The president also suggesting there's been progress in talks to extend that fragile ceasefire.